Later, I'll show you where the action was on Wall Street today. Cassie?
Pacific Bell said today it will test the transmission of films to movie theaters through fiber optic telephone lines. If it works, the idea could eliminate the need for costly physical distribution of movie prints, and according to the company, could prove as significant as the change from black and white to color. Tonight could prove to be significant for some of Hollywood's big film studios, which will be waiting to see who wins and who loses at the 66th Annual Academy Award ceremonies. But while a studio's success is often determined in the editing room, a significant amount is determined in the boardroom. Reuters correspondent Kevin Smith looks at where the industry stands.
We should make a deal now.
The Player poked fun at Hollywood studios, but most of today's players are laughing all the way to the bank. Experts say studio investments have generally worked well for their new owners, including Matsushita's acquisition of MCA Universal and the purchase of Fox by Rupert Murdoch's News Corp. And despite the debt load from the Time Warner merger, Warner Brothers has been a standout.
This past year, they generated over $900 million in domestic box office, an achievement which has never been accomplished by any other studio.
But there have been exceptions to the happy endings.
The biggest fantasy action adventure of them all, Last Action Hero.
The big-budget Last Action Hero may have been billed as a fantasy, but it turned into a nightmare for Sony's Columbia Pictures and could wind up losing tens of millions of dollars. Just one problem that's plagued Sony since its 1989 acquisition of Columbia and TriStar Pictures.
And last year, Columbia, part of Sony, was the only company which did not generate as much money from the box office as it cost them to make a picture.
Would you be kind enough to get my first ball, please, Doug?
Fortunately for Sony, TriStar has been on a roll lately, most recently with its #1 box office hit, Guarding Tess. Many analysts say Sony does show a yearly operating profit on its movie businesses, but hasn't really made money given its enormous expenditures.
So you may be looking at an investment, as large as $7.5 to $8 billion. I'm hard-pressed to believe that they could sell their filmed entertainment assets at a price above what they've put into it.
There have been reports that Sony's shopping around a 25% stake in its entertainment businesses and may unload some assets. Sony wouldn't comment, but if the company sticks it out and reduces expenses, the prospects remain bright for cashing in as revenue streams expand.
An industry as mature as the film business, which is 60, 70, 80 years old, to be able to grow their revenues at 7 or 8% a year is astonishing.
And that could spell good news for Viacom, whose stock plunged dramatically during its successful bid for Paramount, which investors considered too high. Despite Wall Street's misgivings about the price paid for Paramount, analysts seem to agree that new management, coupled with expected growth in the industry, will set the stage for Paramount's film division to improve its financial picture in the years ahead. Kevin Smith of Reuters for NBR, Hollywood.